Hey there, this is Saujanya Shetty from Attitude Makeover again. In this very special follow up episode, I'll be speaking to some extremely talented and enterprising youngsters, all of whom do interesting and incredible animation work at Warner Sena Studios. If you haven't seen my conversation with the head of Warner Sena Studios, or as they call him, the Senapati Vivek Ram, then you can go check out that episode right now. Warner Sena Studios is known for being an animation gurukul where up-and-coming youngsters from across India are trained and coached on animation skills and then later employed to work for the company. Here we shall get personal with these students and gain an understanding of some of the experiences and thought processes that they go through en route to a career choice. So sit tight, enjoy this wonderful conversation full of youth, truth, and true channeling of the spirit of the Attitude Makeover. I hope you like it. All right, Sahil.
Hi.
Hi, good morning. Again, lovely to have you in my show, and thank you so much for coming.
Good morning. Same here. I'm really liking I'm really liking your vibe actually.
Thank you, thank you. It's all what you give, right? That's
Yeah,
what
right.
you see over here.
Yeah.
So we'll start?
Yeah, let's start.
So let me know who is Sahil? Who is Sahil? Forget your upbringing and all that stuff. If you need to describe Sahil in like 5 to 6 words, what are things that are, very
I feel
typical of Sahil?
I feel Sahil is a very innocent guy who doesn't know shit about the outside world.
Okay.
And he's just trying to experiment with stuff, dabbling around things.
Okay.
I tried cooking and swimming and modeling, even like what will fit into my space. And then, so yeah, who likes art, who likes to hug people. I really like hugging. So that's what Sahil is actually.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Why the hug part? What do you like about the hug?
It's warm. It's like just I really
It's
love
the
it.
energy.
Energy, and it's just like we are connecting. That
Yes,
connection is like really good.
Actually, I like hugging. I
Same,
feel
same.
like, when you connect, you'll always find me like,
Yeah, same.
Like-
We just hugged and like wow.
yeah, just now, right?
Yeah.
So, growing up, 2 kids, older
Yeah.
sister at you.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your background. What was home like? Parents, what were they doing? Where did you grow up? What is your education background?
Okay. So I grew up in Delhi. Like throughout, like I never shifted any place to go somewhere until I came to the studio.
Oh,
And
this is your first trip
first
outside of Delhi.
Delhi, yeah, right.
Wow, okay.
That's a big step. So my mom is very supportive. She's just like a house wife.
Yeah.
And my father has a retail shop
Okay.
in Delhi only. And seeing all this, they are really supportive, like what I'm doing. They don't really care about what I'm earning and all that. So I'm actually like feeling really privileged. And my sister is 1 year older. So, but we don't share similar similarities in terms of interest.
Okay.
She's completely I'm science, she's in commerce. She likes government profile job and I hate government profile job. So it's like that.
Yeah, I have a sister. She is very adventurous. She's an off-roader and all that stuff. I like driving, but I can't do muddy stuff.
I like muddy stuff, just getting my hands into it. Just
Gardening and all that.
gardening.
no?
I love gardening, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Gardening is fun because like I can relate with them. So if I see a plant, like I put in a seed and see them growing, I can relate with Michael because I'm growing at the same speed.
Lovely.
We don't see it like growing, but
Yeah.
we are growing. And then some later stage, we're like, oh yeah, how far we have come. So I can see that connection happening.
See
So,
life.
Yeah,
come
the
out.
process is
Yes.
like what is make really beautiful.
Very nice.
Not the fruit.
Yes.
So
yes. So if you get a software analyst job now, would you take it?
no, I want, even if I get like profile for software engineer as a like very high end package, I won't take it because I believe as in if the person doesn't have any interest in the field that they are doing, they can't grow. I can get high-end package to some level, but to go past that level in later stages of life, I will be suffering a lot.
Yeah.
And at that point, it will be very hard for me to switch careers.
Yeah.
So why not let's just switch career right now itself, and then boom yourself.
I love
Later
their style.
stages.
So, as a 23-year-old, if I reflect back on my own journey,
Yeah.
I sort of was like this water that flows, right? So, yeah, this job came in, let me just take. And then there's always this parallel life, which is like what you're talking about, right? Like, I always had some other passion that I was doing. But somewhere it was like, I'm just flowing like a river. But I think it's very important when you start your career to really have a perspective. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm loving this conversation with you.
I have a point to it, like even I am flowing like a river only. It's just that I'm just being curious what turn I'm taking, but I'm just going with the flow.
Yes.
So basically I feel it's all destiny, to be honest.
Yeah.
So if I start from scratch, I was never meant to be in triple IT.
Yeah.
I had secured a seat in NSIT. It's another engineering college. And I forgot to freeze the seat. Then I got into triple IT, and triple IT is the only engineering college where they offer design courses. Like at that time, 2016, I'm talking about. So I'm like, wow, because as soon as I got into the college, in the second year itself, they introduced new brands, computer science with design.
Yeah.
And that's when, oh my god, it was related.
So now that you're here,
Yeah.
first time out of home, first of all, what was your parents' reaction when you said, I want to do this and it's in somebody's house? What was their reaction?
I think they were already convinced when I said I want to do an animation. And after that, they just kind of believe that whatever I'm going to do, I know what I'm doing right now. So they have this in mind already. They don't ask a lot of questions to me, like what I'm doing, where I'm going, all that. But my mom was like, don't go and do it from home, because like mother nature only, like, oh, you're going to stay there. Okay, yeah, how's the nature? How's the city over there? Don't go. My father like, okay, you're back. I just told him, I'm going to Bangalore. Like, oh, okay. He doesn't care at all. Like, because they know already like what I'm doing and all that stuff. So their reaction was really good. I liked it because I didn't want any pressure at all, because animation is a field where I already need a lot of energy to thrive in this field. So I don't want any extra added pressure to it.
Yeah.
So that pressure is already lifted off.
Very nice.
So that's good. So
And so when you came here and met the rest of the students, what was it that you went through? Because this is first time for you, right? That you're
right.
even stepping out of Delhi to another city. These are all students from different cities. What were you going through?
actually, I am really comfortable with people, and I had already met them in like for the last 1 year on Discord, the online thing we had. So I was already comfortable, but I just need to see how they look in person. And I knew about all of them already. So as soon as I met them, I hugged.
So you knew them because of your online classes
and
you
stuff.
were doing projects together and all that. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so as soon as I met them, like tight hug again, because I like hugging. So yeah, it was that's it. It was nothing like I didn't feel any strange thingy or something like that.
So you all use Discord, is it?
Yeah, Discord is a very good platform.
Bloody all these youngsters, I tell you.
You should also get on Discord, so we can say that oldies are also on.
Oh, yes. Oh, you made me feel so comfortable now.
I'm kidding, by the way. Don't take it personally.
I have taken it seriously now.
Oh, don't.
Okay. So how
you're
is
very
it-
sweet. Let's put it that way.
Thank you.
So yeah.
I always tell, no, it's the energy you give. It's always what you give is what you see.
Yeah.
So how has your experience been so far? What are things that you have learned? The other day when we were talking, you said my perspectives are changing about things,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
tell
right.
me, how have things changed? So it's not just the course that you're doing
Yeah.
or the project that you're doing. There's
Yeah.
a lot more to the
Lot more
Gurukul,
to it,
right?
yeah.
Or the studio itself. So
Right.
tell me, how have things changed?
So apart from we trying to change the animation industry, that's like different topic. But the kind of perspective that he has, the Vivek Ram has in his mind, is like kind of influencing us. So like we'll all live in one house. So there's a rule like we can't kill animals. Even if it's a mosquito, we can't kill it because like it's gonna affect us in like cycle, right? So it's gonna affect us only. So whatever you're doing, your action will come back to you and it will treat you that way. So we are not allowed to kill it. If it's a cockroach in a bathroom, you need to pick it up and you need to place it somewhere safe, or you don't pick it up at all. Just leave it there. Don't do anything to it. These mosquito, lizards, spiders, whatever animal, you can't, even the plants.
Yeah.
We can't pluck flowers like that. If you are plucking flower or whatever, you need to consume it. You can't waste it like that because that's affecting the nature. So that's one thing that he taught us, and we are still trying to like understand better.
And so what is future for you, Sahil? What does future look like for you right now? And it might change, it's okay.
Yeah.
But right now, what does future look like?
Right now it looks like I just want to be a 2D animator, and along with that, we have a same vision as a Vanasena. We want to produce good quality content and have a animation industry in the India, which is non-existent right now. So the main goal is to be a good to have good draftsmanship skills, so that the drawing is my just nature, like okay, I'm just drawing, flowing, continuously drawing. I just need to think about the process. Okay, drawing is just like I will do it
So how
anyway.
many sketches do you do per day?
It depends. Right now, we did 1,000 drawings back then before I came to Bangalore in a week.
In a week?
Yeah, and we generally right now we are doing 10 drawings per hour. We're trying to hit that number, and that's the current goal.
All of this is on an iPad Pro, is it?
No, it's all pen and pencil right now, but we will shift to the digital medium as well, because that's where we will be actually be producing animation and stuff.
Okay.
But we need pen and paper to had a good grasp on this stuff, and have a better connection with the hand and the brain. So that is.
It's very interesting to see how you as an youngster has adopted this vision and then believe in it, and then are like, in sync with it and are comfortable with the journey that you're going through. Because I can't see, when I was 23, I was a very impatient
I think it's all credit goes to Vivek only.
Yeah.
He gives 3 a.m. talks and all that. I'm like, I sleep very early, and I whenever heard ki, okay, he's on Discord right now, I'm like, if I'm awake, like slightly awake, okay, let's go and connect. He must be sharing something really helpful and all that. So
Very
I think it's credit to him, and my parents as well. They are really supportive. So
very nice.
yeah.
Sahil, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's really lovely.
But your full population has vanished now. Okay. Hey Gautam, thank you so much.
Hi.
So,
Nice
good to start?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So, walk me through your background a little bit.
My background, I pursued CA in the beginning. I have cleared the second exam of it, and then after clearing second exam, I understood that this is not for me.
Huh.
So I switched to animation
How did you figure that this is not for you?
because I would spend hours doing and researching about animation, and I couldn't spend even an hour studying CA. So I felt like this is not something that I'd like to do.
But you like
throughout my
numbers.
life. Yeah, I'm good with numbers. I can like use them well and then get to the answer, balance the sheets and all. But then I wouldn't look forward to doing this throughout my life, and I felt that is important in life,
Yeah.
that you look forward.
So,
Like with you like to talk and you have like whole conversations really
yeah,
well.
yeah. And how has it been? Did Vanar Sena Studios do the new experience of this whole Gurukul sort of thing? How has it been for you? What are things that were like, Gautam went by and said, wow, I didn't know this, or wow, I didn't think this way?
So basically you're asking what is one thing that changed in me,
Yeah.
right? It taught me patience.
Very nice.
Because I was impatient. I used to keep changing from software to software, just trying to look for an easier way to solve a problem. He's taught me a different way of looking at things. So right now it's step by step. You finish one step, you make your foundation correct, then you move on to the next. Until it's done, you keep at it.
So he was also talking about cross mentoring and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Has that helped you? What are things you
Mass-
learned from that?
Massively. So I mentor level 1 students, right? Level 1 students are those who are just learning to draw, and they're trying to construct figures, they're trying to construct gestures. Okay. So that has helped me a lot to create my own gestures, because I can see, okay, this is not working, the balance is not correct. So by seeing a lot of mistakes, seeing a lot of not correct work, you can understand, okay, this small twist, the slight change in the figure creates a whole different figure. So I guess even in like other studios and all, they let the employees mentor, because that will help you to build your own library of gestures and animation, whatever you're looking for. So that has helped me a lot, massively.
And has that humbled you, or has that made you
Given me confidence to speak to people, and it's made it quicker for me to find the mistake in the gesture, in the pose.
and did you buy into the whole philosophy of the studio and the bigger vision?
Yeah. So I
How
was.
was that conversation?
I'd like to call myself a rebel without a cause. I wanted to.
Aren't we all there?
Yeah. I wanted to contribute to something bigger than myself, and I always been looking forward for a leader, and then I think I found mine. I agree with his view. He wants to create. I don't know if he's mentioned this. He wants to create Disney of India, where we can tell our stories, because we got a very rich mythological background, right? We've got really good stories. So we'd like to create something like that, and I agree with that. More than that, I agree that India needs to create its own animation. We've become an outsourcing destination for the world, and everyone's been dumping like their hard work. Can I use an Hindi word? It's
Yeah,
called Gada Majuri.
Huh.
Yeah, they've been pushing that towards us,
Donkey's
and
ass,
yeah. And then we've been doing it, lapping it up. But I feel like we've got good creativity, and we can use that. Yeah,
And staying with your fellow guys,
yeah.
what has it taught you? Because it's not just about animation, it's about co-living, co-learning, everything, right?
Yeah,
It's like a different style of looking at life itself.
Yeah.
How is that experience
I've
been for you?
learned little things from everyone. So from Akshit, he's a very hardworking person. So I've learned focus from him. From Sahil, I think you spoke to him earlier. I've learned how to live life happily, be happy in your look towards life. And then there's Anant, who is very adjusting, who is very calming, who is very open to any ideas. And then Shamika is very good at expressing herself. So all these things help to, like, I think it's like Captain Planet, where you take small parts from everyone, Dharti, Agni, Vayu, Jal, and then suddenly you got this person who is good at like a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I feel that has also helped.
I like the analogy you gave of
Yeah.
Captain Planet.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
So what are you in that? What character are you?
I feel like I have good stamina. If you put me on one task, even if I keep failing at it, I'll keep going on it until I don't want to do it. But if it's tough, but I want to do it, I'll keep at it. So you can
So a
call
lot of
me.
grit, is it?
Yeah, somebody doesn't give up that easy.
And what I also learned when I was talking to y'all is that it's not just rosy. He's a taskmaster.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. What are things you learned about professionalism, completing work, and
So-
how he keeps distractions and how he brings distractions, and yet y'all have to stay put on your
on our
deadlines,
toes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel he's got two personalities. One is the fun-loving Vivek,
You
and
discovered that a little late.
yeah. And then there's one who is looking at the time and making sure that you're on time for all the deadlines. So I've worked with him on 2 projects, and I made this one mistake once, that there was this task which was supposed to be submitted that particular day, but then another mentor who is at his level, who is teaching us something, asked me for help, and I was like, okay, I'll do it, and actually shifted my task to his task. And then suddenly Vivek called, and he's like, didn't I told you that this is very important, there are deadlines for it? I said yes, but I just took 1 hour to teach him something. Like, no, but you had committed to me first, right? So then he was like, okay, out of 3 strikes, you already got 1 strike now.
Oh, wow.
Make sure you do not get the other 2 strikes, because, and then he mentioned why he does this. He gives people chances, but then if you keep
Repeating.
disappointing him, keep repeating the mistakes, then he will not abandon you. He just wouldn't assign you that task.
The trust part
Yeah.
of it, sort of.
Yeah.
You earn
So
the
he'll still
trust.
be your friend. He'll help you out, but he wouldn't look forward to work with you.
Mm.
And that is a massive loss, because the kind of work he does, you learn a lot from him.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, I got to get back. I guess that is a nice taskmaster trick. You're not very tough on people. You're not like standing with the hunter and saying like, hey, do this. And he'll just give you deadlines. You have to finish it anyhow. And then the fun-loving part will also keep on coming and distracting you. It's up to you to figure out how to do this. So he plays the devil and the, the devil and the angel.
Angel.
Yeah, he plays that.
Very nice. And how has it been living? I mean, this is a house full of dogs,
Yeah,
people.
it is a very beautiful house, well kept, and I'd like to commend Pooja on that. Pooja has done a great job of maintaining the house and making sure that everyone's happy, comfortable, and all. And I like this experience. It's a very unique experience. I don't think anyone has done this before, or like they're trying to push a front. They're trying to build something, but also he's made it clear with us that हम एक नहीं हम सेना है. Like this whole group is one entity and no individuals in it. So there is a nice way of looking at it. Let's see how it goes. I like the experiment though.
So, as someone who wants to create a character, what influences you? So, if you have to create, let's say you are doing Panda again, Kung Fu Panda, right? And you have to create all these characters. So, you like creating characters. What are things that sort of influences you currently to think of creating something?
Are you talking about my artist influences or the kind of the animation that I watch?
More first the artist influence, because it's all about influence from what you see, what you read, what you meet people and things like that, right? It's the combination is what I've understood. So what are things that influence?
I like to create stylized characters. So Kung Fu Panda is one example. Another would be if you watched Spider-Verse. Yeah, that was very stylized. That is not realistic. Pixar has some realistic characters, but then Spider-Verse was nice. I really like that angle of character creation. And few artists that I really look forward to reach their level is there's two people. They're two brothers, Xavier and Julian.
Yes.
You know of those people?
Yeah. So I follow illustrations and artists a lot. Okay, I not just now. I have a good collection of books and all that on illustration. So yeah, they've got some lovely.
Xavier and Julian Urrutia. Yeah. I like their work a lot.
Okay.
And studio-wise, there is Blur Studio, Line Studio, of course Ghibli, Disney, DreamWorks is there. But I like these new studios. They're doing really well.
Yeah. Blur especially. Right? Yeah, I like them. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Is there any final thought you want to give?
Actually, I'd like to come back to this podcast when we made it.
Absolutely.
So
I would love to capture this journey with y'all. Yeah. I'm so looking forward to it.
So hopefully you can use this later on when we come with the Vanasana short film that I promised you.
Yes.
And then maybe we can put up a teaser on your podcast.
Absolutely. And hopefully you'll do some really lovely characters as well. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gautam.
Yeah, it was lovely talking to you.
Same here. Akshat, tell me, you came from Himachal.
Yeah.
Tell me, where are you from in Himachal? First of all, I think Himachal is a beautiful place, but it's under construction all the time.
Yeah, so Himachal is very beautiful. Like if you see Himachal from my eyes, it's very beautiful. It's a place where I always want to be. I don't want to come out of Himachal. That's why it took me 26 years to break that bubble and come out of it.
What's the background? Where are you from in Himachal? What did you study?
I finished my studies now, and then the last day when I appeared for the last exam, my father asked me, "What do you want to do?" My mother also there, like everyone was there, and so we have a very simple plans. if you are very intelligent, you will do BTech or something. Okay, you are mediocre, then you will do BSc, and if you are dumb, then you will do farming. Farming I don't want to do because I was seeing that
segregation.
I was seeing that from childhood. Okay, they call me Gawar because I'm coming from a rural background, and also accent. I do not have any knowledge of it. Only thing I know, I can do at that point of time, I can hold a pencil, but also I don't know how to draw with it. I only know like how to hold a pencil. So architecture happened. I start my journey from there.
How did you find Vanar Sena?
Okay. At the end of my bachelor's, we used to like we need to submit a thesis project. So we have little bit of a time to spend on like YouTube and everything. And so somehow I remembered this thing that I can do animation. My friend used to tell me that you can do animation. Okay, so I have this term in my mind that there is something which is called animation. So I so I had a girlfriend, and I used to talk to her. Okay, I told her that I'm not feeling like I can do good in architecture. Can I do something else? Like I discussed it with her, and she completely understood it, and she did the research. I'm also not doing research. I'm just telling.
You're just a lazy fellow.
Just lazy fellow. I was super active in the ground and gym everywhere, but in this sense, I was not lazy. I was not confident like I can do anything, and I asked for help. She come to know about the animation. Like she used to download or bring the books that you can study posing for animation survivor kit, everything. Like she downloaded PDFs. She sent it to me, but I never read them. Like again laziness, or not, like again I'm not able to, like I was in my mind like, can I do it? No, I can't do it. So one day we were sitting somewhere, and she told me about Vanar Sena Studios. At that point of time, they were doing stories on Mitokatha. Okay, so Instagram. We were sitting together, and she told me like, see the work, see the animation. This is what animation is. She's telling me this is what animation is, and I think I don't know about which story it was, but there is a super crazy animation like. Yes,
Drona?
I don't know Drona, but maybe Parshuram, or where he is doing something, or like he's doing this pose, like there is a blood on his arm, and he's just usko hata rahe the.
परशुराम को भी आप लोगों ने इतना मसल बना दिया वहाँ पे.
वो मैंने नहीं बनाया उस टाइम पे. तो उस टाइम पे तो था नहीं. So basically what I am doing at that point of time, just see the photo and try to mimic it. And I was building confidence, and from where the journey starts again with the pencil. I remember when I picked the pencil. I used to pick pencil in architecture also, but there I just need to draw the lines like with the rulers. So here what I'm doing, like free drawings, like my hand moving. So I tried a gesture first time, and it took me 100 pages to make a one body, and that is also through reference. And that 100 almost 100 page, it built that confidence was there. Like I was very very happy that
What you're also seeing is like you changed from that lazy thing to really focus to get this done correctly.
So see, 100 pages, it took lots of efforts and patience also. I'm thinking in that sense, like I'm patient now, I'm working, I'm showing everyone, and my friends are like, इतना भी अच्छा नहीं बनाया, ठीक है, बनाया तो ठीक है. So after that I forgot about Vanar Sena, what they told me about, and I started a job. I started to explore more architecture. I got busy in projects and everything. I started job basically. After 2 years I got frustrated from there also, because again I was not confident. Okay, so again at this point of time I was very like underconfident. Okay, so when the training program came, like we hit by the COVID, and we are all are at our places, and the post came, and I saw that, I applied. Okay, and we were asked to do a story, mythical story. Okay, and then that post also, my girlfriend posted me like, see, they are like organizing this training program, go for it. And that I also missed, because the last submission is for 11 a.m. and I submitted my portfolio around 11:30, and I cried basically because I again missed it, because I was serious about Vanasena, but I distracted with the other works in between. And then I they asked us a story, and I, in my mind, I think like, I just need to tell them that I'm not just applying for art, like it's not a for money. Like, I just don't want to learn this style, or this style of expression for money. I just want to learn it for just want to learn it. So I pick a story of Nachiketa, like, basically it's a story of how a curious child with the questions, his conversation with the Yamraj. I was doing work. I was doing that comic also. We have, I think, 2 or 3 days for that, and I gave my best, but I can do best. Like, I was very serious. Again, like, I brought iPad also, because I did some savings with my job, so I want to like go with the flow also, like how we used to make digital painting also. I want to learn that also, so I brought a iPad also. So after that, when that story I made, I felt very confident. Okay, this is where confidence enter again. I felt very confident that, see, I made 9 panel story, and everyone, like, I'm showing it to everyone. Like, I was in back to my village at the time of COVID, and everyone like, push. And I don't know what happened. Like, I was very serious. Seriously, when I was drawing, I feeling like I'm meditating. There is lots of noises in background, but I cannot able to hear anything. And I spent almost 14 to 15 hours to make it. Okay, and I don't feel any tiredness and anything. Okay, and after that, like, the comic got selected, and they texted us that you need to submit 40 figures. Okay, 40 figures to for continuous 5 days. Okay, and like 40 full finished. I draw those figures again, and like, I just did not draw them. I shade them. I properly, like, proper costumes also there, everything. Like, try to add an anatomy. I don't have any knowledge of anatomy, but just not draw the outlines, everything. And I just continuously submitting. At the 5th day, I thought I cannot do it. Okay, I closed my eyes. I was continuously hearing the YouTube, like what Vanasena has in YouTube. Like, I was continuously hearing that animation summit talk of Senapati, and it's again the voice. I'm falling in love with, like, what a voice, what a personality. Look how he's talking. He's continuously, he have some interviews on, like, Arrow interview, it was there, everything, that there is a line, there is no place for fear, only hard work. And this is the mantra now. Okay, and I was doing it, and again, like, I submitted, and I got message that you got selected, and we are, so here I entered in Vanasena.
So I want to ask you one thing here.
Yeah.
What are 3 things now that you're here?
Yeah.
What are 3 things that sort of signify Vanasena for you? 3 words that really signifies Vanasena for you.
Vision.
Hmm?
Can I add vision? Learning is always there, and I am not, but care.
Care.
I think care is the right word.
So vision, because there is a purpose
Yeah.
that you can align with. You're seeing yourself aligned there.
Whenever I like hear him speaking, I can see, like, like something is happening, something is about to happen. I feel pumped up. Okay, and see how clear with his ideas he is right now. Like Manasin also, everyone like everyone has a vision. Like they are not just drawing; they're thinking. This is the process we come through, and we have a very clear. I don't know clear, but we have an idea like what we are doing, why we are doing, and also we are accepting other things also, but we are also sticking with our plans also. Like vision, I think, yeah, vision.
And what does this group mean to you? This
For
Vanar
me,
Sen?
it's family.
It's family.
For me, it's family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I want to take care of this family. I want to do as much as I can, like best of my abilities, so that I can see this family improving. And yeah, for me, it's family.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah.
Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you
It was
so
lovely talking to you and your journey as well. And good luck.
Yeah, thank you so
And
much.
hopefully, we'll get to see the projects come through.
Yeah, obviously.
Right?
We'll see that. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Taking a quick break from our conversation today, I wanted to quickly talk about our collaboration partner, Hubhopper. This podcast was created on Hubhopper Studio. If you wish to start your own podcast for free, please visit www.hubhopperstudio.com. Hubhopper is India's leading podcast creation platform. Start your podcast with Hubhopper Studio and get your voice heard across platforms like Spotify, Gaana, Google Podcasts, Wink Music, and many more. Click on the link in the episode description or visit hubhopperstudio.com. Thank you, Hubhopper, for the collaboration. And now we go back to our conversation.
All right.
Okay, Anand.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
No, thank you for coming here.
You're one of the most senior guys from an experience perspective in the gang, right?
Yes, I do have more time.
More
compared to-
time.
Yeah. And it's like 4 months.
Oh,
5
is
months.
it?
Yes.
Okay. And what does Vanar Sena mean to you?
It's been evolving. When I started out, I really thought it was just an animation studio
Yeah.
run by multiple people. I did not know that there's only one person behind it at that time. Right now, it's more of a community that just wants to change things. Not only in an art. Art is a way we kind of like to express ourselves. But it's just more like the way of thinking. I kind of feel like there's a match for me in the Vanar Sena. And so I roll with it. And that's pretty much what I do. I've also told a lot of things to Vivek where I'm not really interested in art and animation, but I like how they approach a lot of ideas. So I really like being a part of this whole process and I like being here.
So, what is the aspect of that community notion that really attracts you?
It's like there are people who have nothing to do wanting to do something, and I like that. I think there are some famous quotes. Maybe I've heard this thing where when you're about to die and somebody gives you a last drip of honey just before you want to die, and that's a good feeling. You suddenly get that energy from nowhere, right? It's kind of like that. It's like how there are a lot of people who don't know what to do, but this kind of helps us guide ourselves into finding out what we want to do.
So, it's almost like finding your purpose, is it?
Yes. Essentially, yes.
And are you in that journey?
Yeah. I think everybody is in that journey. It doesn't matter if it's Vanar Sena, but I think everybody is in that journey.
People get to that journey, at least I think, in my experience, most of us get to that journey when you're in your 40s.
Oh, I'm not so sure.
So how early on were you on this journey of really finding what is it you're looking for?
So, I'll go back to my school days. So I don't have a lot of interests in a lot of things. The only thing I really like to do is play video games, online video games mostly. And I enjoyed that.
What do you play?
Uh,
What's your favorite now?
Right now, I play a lot of Counter Strike. I play Valorant. I play Rocket League. I
Okay.
play a lot of games. I can keep mentioning them, and then I'd have to describe all of them. Then it'll be a 1 hour session. So I just enjoyed doing that and nothing else. But I couldn't find ways to get into that space and make it lucrative for anything, just to survive. That started out in school, but I was really also decent at science. And for some reason, since this is an Indian thing, and I'm from Chennai, I'm also like a Brahmin family. It's a dream to go abroad. So that kind of dream set on me too. And I was like, okay, let's do engineering and go abroad and maybe study and get better. And I did college, I did my engineering. Then 2 years in my engineering, I was like, I did chemical engineering. And 2 years into it, I said I wanted to drop out. My parents said, no, you made that call. It's not like we forced you. So you finish it. Yeah. So I ended up finishing it. And then about, like, I think the last semester, my interest shifted towards food science, which is like somewhere in chemical engineering. You can get through that side. So I did like a project in CFTRI in Mysore. So I did there, spent a few months, and then it became 2017 April. So in 2017 April, I took like a good break.
Sorry, they're just sketching over there and they're showing me the sketches from the window. Sorry.
Yeah. So in like 2017 April, I took a break. I just wanted to get into food. I really like food a lot. That's another good thing I enjoy because I love eating. Like I have a very bad stomach usually. Like I have a bad
Dude,
system.
It's like you're putting words about me. I have a horrible gut.
Yeah.
But I enjoy food.
No,
I
yeah.
don't like cooking, but I love eating.
Okay. I do love cooking though. I enjoy it. I like to know what happens before the food is cooked and how it tastes accordingly. So those kind of experiments I love to do. So I spent like a year or 8 months in Pune just cooking food and like relaxing, and of course playing video games. That never stopped. And I would say I wasn't really excited in that part of my life. I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? I started panicking, and after that I was like, I like games so much. Why not try something? At least try it out, and then fail. Maybe I can figure it out. So I joined an institute, and it had a course in game design for a year. I tried that. I wasn't really attracted to the course, and so there was like 50% involvement. But through that course, I met a professor or a teacher who was good at 2D art, and he kind of like started encouraging me to draw. So I started drawing from there. So my drawing actually started in 2019 Jan. And that's where 2018 Jan, sorry. And that's where I started starting to draw more, trying to get into an art industry. And I figured if I wanted to get into the gaming industry, I'm going to start knocking off all the things, which is video, assets, 3D, and then going to sound and get all that done so that I can be part of the industry somehow. And knowing every part of the field. So that's what's interesting for me more than being someone in the field. I just want to know things. I just want to like gather my knowledge. I'll be like, okay, this is how it's done. That's cool, and I'm happy with that. And that's something which I get to do in Varanasi now, because I always like to learn the process and somebody there to explain. It's very nice.
So there is a togetherness in the creation as well, right? Like one of the things I understood when I met you all, as well as talking to Vivek, was how the team sort of comes together to ideate, to brainstorm, and and then thrash each other's idea to then create something that was really beautiful. And you might agree to disagree as well. So help me understand, what are things that you saw? You were the first to move into the house.
Yes.
So what are things that you saw as people started filling in the house, and what are things you saw as a group?
This is something like, at least before we came to the house itself, we had this community kind of thing.
Online.
Yes. We were set up on an app and we would be there all the time.
Discord, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And through the night, through the morning, somebody's always there active. It's always happening. And like right now, I think with Discord, it's almost been 8 months or 10 months. And we bonded with everybody. Everybody we knew. So when it came, it didn't even feel like there's a disconnect. It just felt like, hey, it's so nice to see you, and
You're seeing the face
yeah,
finally.
and it was exciting. And like the group of people we are all right now, I'd say they are the most dedicated towards building something, and that's very important to us. So that's why I think we are here trying to make something, and we can get creative about it.
So the philosophical aspect of this. So there's the technical part, which is the animation and the
Yeah.
levels that you're learning. But there's also a philosophical side or the spiritual learning side.
Yes.
Is that something that interests you, or sort of like you're balancing it out? Or help me understand your perspective of how you see the two pieces, because most education systems don't have that. So
You're right. Yeah. It's funny you asked me this question. I guess I am probably one of the few Varners who is not interested in things like this, into Indian mythology or ancient Indian stories or spiritual in any part. I believed when I was brought up, I just believed science is a way, and you observe something. If it makes sense, you infer from it and you take it, and that's all.
true.
So, so when I came here, I was ridiculed by Vivek mostly for like not knowing who's Karna, who's basic people in Mahabharata and Ramayana.
I've gone through that too.
Yeah. So, but I think the most interesting part for me was when these stories were told to me. Lot of lights went up in my system. It's like, wait, this is applicable to all of us. It's just a situation that's applicable to all of us. So it's not about old stories. It's just a story where you can learn something. So it's just a message you're trying to give.
It's perspective.
Yeah. And the way we like to give messages is so fun. Like the whole process of it is really fun, because you kind of just like few days you're kind of jamming things into your head and seeing if this works and it doesn't, and that process is really nice. I guess that's the most fun part I enjoy. I get into a zone and I'm like, this could work out, this couldn't work out. Then I try talking to people. It's like, what do you understand? So it's just that, and that's what really is good.
How have you changed in the last? You've been with this Vanasena studio through the online as well as the current one for a while now, right? So how have you changed as a person?
I think I'm a lot more calmer when I'm here, and that's also why I enjoy being here. Because of my gaming habit, there's a lot of frustration. I don't know if you've seen that. There are a lot of clips
Anxiety
where
as well.
yeah. And there's a lot of rage and frustration, which is there. I'm sure everybody has it. But my gaming habit would send it off. I'll be shouting like 12 o'clock in the night, and then my parents will be like, what are you? It's 12 o'clock. So here I feel a lot more calmer and at ease. And when I was not doing anything, I kind of felt like, why am I here? Then I just go into this territory of, I don't know anything. I might not. It's just a very doubtful territory. And that I don't have that doubtfulness when I'm here. So that's why I'm like really stuck to this place.
So as a concept, as a community concept and the future, so there are two parts, right? And one is the vision that all of you share for Vanasena Studios. And the second part is this larger vision of, really building that community where you're contributing meaningfully to the community. Which part are you aligned with more? The vision of Vanasena Studio or the community itself? Which one is a bigger one for you?
I think it's a mixture of both.
It's interlocked.
Yeah, it's a very timid answer, but it is interlocked. You get to learn from the community, and the community tells you things, and that's how you go. And if you believe in those beliefs or principles, then you go according to it. Yeah, more like constant evolution kind of put us together. I don't think that they mean well or this person means well.
Yeah.
I think there'll always be a discussion and some argument and debate, and that's where something good will rise from it. Or something bad. But however.
And within this group now, do you see y'all evolving? Have the team members also evolved as individuals from when y'all started online to today?
Yes, I do see a lot of change in a lot of people. I can clearly see a change. We also have a lot of, we have this thing called communication session in the Vanasena. I don't know if anybody else has spoken about it. It's very interesting. It's just basic communication. And a lot of us don't come from English speaking backgrounds.
Correct.
So it's very hard. But there is Tony who takes this class. He he kind of brings us all together and feel comfortable with people, have that sense of community where you're not ashamed to say anything. You just want to talk and genuine interest. And that's something I start feeling as more here than everybody else. Like if I meet a new person, I won't be very genuine. But in this communication class, we're trying to focus just on that, like being very genuine with people and being honest and truthful and nice and getting the idea out. And that's essentially what we do with our animations also. And I think that's really helpful. And I can see the change in all of us.
And this is a regular session that happens?
This has been happening for around 3 to 4 months every day.
Every day?
Almost every day. Weekends sometimes are off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When we work really hard.
No, I heard that like one of them was saying 12 hours easily.
Yeah. 10 to 12 hours minimum.
What, y'all push yourselves to number of frames y'all are building, or how where is the hours going? Is it more around creating and the thought of it, or is it more around the production of it? Where's the effort going?
Depends on each individual task, like each person's task. Right now, like when I came to the headquarters, the Vanar Sena HQ, let's call it that.
Oh, interesting. Fancy.
That's what I call it. When I came there, I was on this project, which I was working as a cleanup artist.
Okay.
So in animation, you do an animation test, which is just rough, which is just like a pencil, but very rough. It's not very clean. And I take those frames and clean it up, give the same, like look at the design sheet and make sure it matches and the animation holds and everything looks the same and color it. That's essentially my part. And that took a long time. And I was also a beginner. So it would take 12 hours, 14 hours, and you just have to sit through it and get it done. So the question of how do you push it that far is really up to an individual, how much they want to push. But like, I think through Vivek, we kind of know what are the standards of the industry that you need to have so that you can offer something to the clients. So we also know that. So we work accordingly. So we have a benchmark to hit.
So what I also understood when talking to each one of them was that there are core strengths each one of you have.
Yeah.
Right? There's a focused area in the whole production process.
Yeah.
Do you push yourself to be the best, or is it also each one of you sort of driving the other to become the best, or is it Vivek also contributing to it? Where's the motivation?
Motivation's in the community. And it's like we always look at our own work and comment something on it just to improve. And regardless of if it comes from Vivek or if it comes from anybody, we take the critique and we'll be like, okay, makes sense. If it doesn't work, we'll argue back. And from there, it's just like you see a lot of good work and we ourselves share a lot of good work within ourselves and we'll be like, wow, did you feel that when I saw this? And then we'll just work towards that. And that's pretty much it. We just kind of keep focusing on what's the good work out there, how they show it, and we watch those content from there.
And what's future like for you, Anant? What do you
The Vanar
dream
Sena?
of? Yeah.
Or my dream?
No, your dream.
I don't really have great dreams. I just want to learn all these things, get the knowledge, and survive. That's all I seek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like hopefully play video games all the time.
Oh, not make video games?
I would like to make, but once I get better in all these fields.
All of these.
Yeah, I want to conquer all of these and then slowly move on.
And you see that progressing?
Yes. Actually, I was really surprised that I could actually do cleanup at Vanar Sena because I don't have, at least from what I know, I don't have the doodling, scribbling behavior from childhood. I never was into that. More like I'm very direct with things. I don't beat around the bush, nothing like that. And I hated that. So this is totally new to me. And from games, I know that I have some emotions and stories that I'd like to experience and share. But I'm finding it difficult to express that on sheets or like on 2D format. So I think this will really help me get there and slowly build my games and come to that.
So when you started, Anant, when you started this journey with Vanar Sena online, what are 3 words that sort of describe Anant then, and what are 3 words that sort of describes Anant now through this journey?
3 is a little hard. When I started, there weren't really a lot of interaction within each of us. Like each of us, they were very low. We were like 10 of us, and some of us split apart. I think I'm the only one from the batch one. Slowly, and batch two came in 3 or 4 months later, and then people started coming together. So I think they knew me from batch 5.
What batch are they in now?
Same batch. That's like the batch one is when we started. That happened in April 2019.
Okay.
2020. Yes.
Okay.
And so as I started talking from what they've told me, usually is I'm obnoxious. Not obnoxious. I'm rude,
Okay.
which is fair because I became,
A straight shooter.
yeah, I just like cut to the point, just tell me what it is, and that's it, done. Even I had to take reviews, like we have this mentoring thing where we had anatomy classes and I'd look at their work and comment on it. I wasn't very graceful, let's just say that. So that's known as Anant then.
Constructive feedback was
Yeah.
not happening.
Yeah, that is also Anant now,
Uh,
but people seem to talk to me more. So I'm quite happy.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. So I think that's what you meant by sort of calming down, huh?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Kind of like calming down. It is much more peaceful living here.
Any final thoughts on, if someone's listening to this and they're curious to know about Vanar Sena and the studio and the future, are there thoughts as a student? How would you entice them? What are things you would pass on as a message for them?
So I believe people should mostly take decisions by themselves. Of course, after a lot of introspection, all of that. So I generally don't go to my friends and say, this is a nice place, you could join it. I do not suggest that. Unless that thought enters their mind, then only I would promote it. So if there is anybody out there who wants to do anything they like to do, I'd say just try and fail, and that's good enough. That's a good start, and that makes me also happy. Trying and failing, and then having done it, I'm like, yeah, I'm sorted.
So as you went through this journey and when you started to today, how have you treated failure, and how does the school treat failure?
I haven't heard that word a lot of times. Failure. We have not heard that word because there is none. We don't treat it like a failure. You
Very
just get a
nice.
critique and okay, I'll improve, and you keep going.
So it's very quick
Yeah,
in terms of, hey, this is what I'm thinking.
Exactly.
And you're not taking it in a negative way because each one of you are tuned to work together.
right.
And so it's more constructive in the way you're giving it, and each one treasures the relationship as well. And so eventually you're actually making mistakes but correcting yourself. So there's no concept of failure and the whole baggage associated with
Right.
it.
All right. So
It's a learning process.
correct, and everybody understands that. At least the close group, the volunteers, I'd say. So yeah.
And is this your first time living in a community like this, or have you done this before?
No, it's the first time living in a community.
How is that? Because suddenly it's like there's no personal space as such, right?
I do have my personal space.
Oh, you do?
I'm the only one in the house who has a personal space
How did you get that privilege?
because I was the first one. It just happened. I was okay to move to any room, but it's because I got used to this place. They were like, you can keep it, it's fine. Like, so I do have some personal space there. That also doesn't bother me. Like, I'm very friendly towards them, and I don't think we should have. Like, as a community, we don't even have. We talk to each other a lot, and we don't have that kind of a thing yet.
Hey, thank
Did
you
I
so
answer your
much.
question?
Yeah. Of
Okay.
course you did.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You
Thank
put me at
Anand.
ease. It was very nice. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think so, you've known Vivek for a really long time.
Oh, all my life.
So I want you to describe in your way what do you see as the vision for Vanar Sena Studios, and also what do you see as the overall impact of what y'all are doing to our world itself, our little space, our community, India?
I mean, vision for Vanar Sena in the future, in one sense, are you asking? I feel the way we're kind of going, I see it developing into something extremely beautiful, accessible, and it'll help people on like people who want to. And when you have the opportunity to, but you don't have the affordability to, it takes away so many chances. For those who actually have the potential to become something great. And I feel like we, in a sense, are, or at least Vanar Sena, Vivek, in a sense, his mindset, it's actually, how do I put this? He's driving that. He's making sure that everyone gets a chance. Everyone across the board gets a chance. And that's fantastic. And if it can go somewhere, I see it going in a place where it's going to become huge and it's going to become gorgeous, like outstandingly beautiful. And I mean, that sounds very vague because I'm not getting into the technical or how to structure, because I'm not very well versed, not experienced enough to open my mouth on that front. But just overall, the philosophy that he follows or the lifestyle that he follows and what he's trying to teach us, it's going places, I can tell you, and it's going good places. That's what I can tell you. And the next question was about the impact, you said?
Yeah. And this is Vanar Sena studio, but there's a bigger theme that you're working on, right? Like, which is this studio feeds into that whole community concept. Where do you see that? What is that impact? And do you sort of buy into it?
What I buy into is that he is teaching the most simplest thing. He's teaching kindness. And he, regardless of whether it is from the studio or as a person, he's always taught kindness. And he doesn't do it by telling you that this is kindness. He asks you questions and you learn it on your own.
You figure it out yourself.
Figure it out. He leaves it to you to figure out. Just by asking you questions and having a discussion with you. He's like, okay, why do you think like this? What do you think will lead on from here? Where do you think this is going? And then you start answering and you start hearing yourself and you're like, oh, okay, like that's what happens.
What you're also talking about is, as a group, there are different backgrounds that are coming together.
Yeah.
And there's an open conversation around it. There are perspectives that are put together. Is that something that you'll have evolved now to really build on?
I think that was there from the start itself. Like the whole fact of, knowing that someone who is very well educated also, if you are not, if you don't have the experience or the exposure, that people who are very well educated but still have extremely, backwards. I wouldn't say backwards, but a very restricted way of thinking. And this is how it is. This is how it should be. This is how it's always been. There's no change over there. Vanar Sena, or even like when I say Vanar Sena, I essentially mean that from where it has been to where it is now, this has been a consistency, that change and progress is constantly going to happen. You will have a lot of exposure. You will have a lot of, and not the kind of exposure we're talking about when somebody says, oh, why don't you do work for me? Lots of exposure. Not that kind. Proper exposure. You experience lifestyles through other people by coming to know things about them.
Interesting.
And things you've never heard of before. Like I was talking to Akshat, and he's from Himachal. He's seen a way of life which is it's very casual to him. So he said, after 5:30, I don't let my dog out of the house. I said, why not? What if he has to pee on? He's like, yeah, but tendue aa jate hain, leopards. I was just kind of I went, what? It's like, yeah, leopards. Here and there. For me, it was like, leopard? And he was like, they're everywhere. And it kind of gives you another perspective of it's such a fascinating thing that all of us together also have led such wildly different lives. And you bring that together and you start teaching each other from what you've learned. So you pick up what you can work with, and then you wait on things that you can't work with yet for yourself, not work on someone else. And this has been constant.
So in some ways, It's also about your evolving with this collective experience and you're becoming a better person every day.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
are you then also able to step back and look at, introspect and say, this is me and these are things that I am going to imbibe into, and these are things that, yeah, I'm seeing this in that person, but that's them. And I'm
Yeah.
going to still be comfortable in the conversation. Has that,
Yeah, like-
is that part of the journey?
Like you come across somebody who has a difference of opinion about some things, right? Usually, we've always seen how differences of opinion go. You're wrong, I'm right, this, that, and shouting, screaming, like I'm putting my foot down, and all that happens. But in this space, particularly, when there's a difference of opinion, there's always a, can you tell me more? I want to know more. It doesn't come from a place of I'm right and you're wrong. It always comes from okay, let's learn something from each
Probe
other.
this further.
Because I want to see where you're coming from. I want to also, if you want to know, then I'll tell you where I'm coming from. Then we'll see how those things are different for each other. You know, and it's just that's why not a single like there's never been any back and forth that's been murky. There's always discussion. There's always a free flowing
Thought.
a free flowing tunnel where you can just sit down, discuss, and go back. And you get hit with existentialism, of course you do. You're evolving as a collective, and then suddenly you realize, I am here as part of collective. And then you realize what you are doing as someone who's you won't even call yourself essential. You're just like, I'm adding to this in some way, and I still don't know what I'm adding. I'm still figuring out like what is it that I'm bringing to the table or bringing to the collective that will help or that will actually be better for everyone. And when I see that as an individual, it's like it's also making me better in one sense. And it blows your mind sometimes. You just sit there and you're like, oh shit, I'm here, I exist, this is also there, I am also a part of this.
So I want to ask one more question to you.
For sure.
What do you see as your future?
I want to write, I want to tell stories, and I especially want to tell stories within the studio because oh my god, the stories are so amazing. They are so fantastic. They are like I started reading into the Puranas and the I read the Ramayana and Mahabharata. I didn't touch because I got lost into it and it was very hard for me to keep track. So I said we'll wait on this one. We'll get to the big books a little later. And it teaches you everything. And you learn how a story can impact a person. And I love that about stories through any medium whatsoever. Writing, theatre, be it even in music or even in terms of
The art, right?
yeah, film, or just you have impacted someone by just telling them about an event that took place. They took away something from it. And I want to be able to tell stories that will have a good impact somehow, And I like even, not in the sense that always a happy ending, even tragedies teach you a lot. So I always want to write. I always want to see if I can get better at the way I tell somebody a story through my writing. I mean, of course, I'm training in art, training in animation, but writing has been my strongest front. I want to get a novel out or at least finish making the novel by 2023 or 5. I'm like, beyond that, no, benchmark, deadline. We will have to make sure that we hit a novel by 2023. And I have tried to write plays, I try to experiment with how screenplays are written. So everything that has to do with writing, I'm trying to dive into it and see. So I want to become a writer, but not a novelist, just writer, general, storyteller.
Interesting.
the whole front, whatever works.
Very interesting. And one question associated a little more away, but then still sort of bringing it together. When you're studying together, when you're going through this journey together, how is professionalism sort of inculcated as a habit?
By basic interaction, honestly. Like, the ground rule is be respectful. Obviously, we have our sessions of when we sit down, we talk about how would you talk to a client, or how would you, because when it comes to presenting your work, or or like, talking budgets or doing this, we are still training and we're still trying to figure out, if you have a client, let's say, that's very tough to crack, and you have to negotiate with that person, how do you do it? You don't want to flip a table in the meeting room, right? No, listen to me, and just flip the table. You don't want to do that. Don't want to get. How do you handle a difficult situation professionally, or how do you handle a situation which you are not sure if you have the bandwidth for, is being taught, and is also being taught through this situation, through us all living together, how you are living or coexisting or living in tandem, let's say, and just you don't get in each other's ways, or you're just constantly, you have to be respectful of each other, personal space, which unfortunately the first thing I did was I ran and I gave somebody a hug, and they were like, I don't hug people. It's like, oh shit, lesson learned. Ask
Yeah.
before you just jump on someone.
Yeah. Assumption.
Assumption.
It's the mother of all fuck alls.
Yeah, assumption, like you hug 9 people, you're like, 10% will also, maybe doesn't, right?
Yeah.
So you always have to have a little more awareness and a little more focus, which is like Vivek is drilling into my, like, you have to focus. Not focusing. I'm like, okay, I'll try.
Thank you so much. Thank
Always.
you so much for this conversation.